Hello everyone, welcome back to another sit down as we count down to the 19th of December for the Homecoming Business Summit that is happening in Harare at the Hyatt. And of course, all of that running under the theme Coming Home to Build. Today I'm joined by the CEO and founder of Gas Universe, that's Isabel Bangani. Thank you so much for joining us and for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's start off with Gas Universe. What is it that you do and how long have you been in business for?
Gas Universe, we are LPG wholesaler. So we are a wholesaler in the retail as well, which means that we sell LPG gas to little small companies that retailers of gas. And we've been in business since January 2024, so fairly new, but the work started way before, prior to us actually starting to trade. We started to trade in end of January 2025, but we started Gas Universe 2024, around June. That's when the company was set up. That's when we set up the plant that you see here. And then we got our registration, because you have to register with Sarah. We got our registration in January of this year.
Yeah, and that's some huge strides that you've made, because, being operational for just a little under a year and gaining this much recognition, I think you deserve the kudos.
Thank you.
But as someone who is into business, and particularly in the gas sector, how have you been finding it, and also drawing a comparison between the other countries that you've been in yourself?
I think once you've been in business, because this is not my first business. We've got a business in Scotland as well. So when I came here, I wanted to find something that I could do. This is home. And being a businesswoman, you're always wanting to do something. You don't rest until you've got a headache about something. Right. So I got into an industry that I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of talked into it. Oh, it's going to be easy. Let's just buy one tank. And that's how we started. And now that I'm in it, because as you know, we've got issues with our electricity with CESA. So gas is a commodity that is now really in use. It's a huge market. It's very competitive. It's dominated by men, I have to say. So I think when I came in, the men kind of thought, oh, there's a woman coming on the scene. But I'm an aggressive businesswoman. And so I've used that aggression to be where we are. And there are a lot of challenges as well. But as any business, there are challenges everywhere. You just face them head on.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the questions that we receive a lot is the bureaucracy of starting a business in Zimbabwe, and particularly if you're a Zimbabwean who's based outside the country. As you know, Zido, our biggest market, is Zimbabweans in the diaspora.
Yeah.
How easy was it for you to register a business here?
I didn't find it difficult. I think what we find when we're in the diaspora is you have Facebook media. And unfortunately, the one thing that they do, they tarnish our country. So they write all these things like, if you go in Zimbabwe, you can't do a business, you can't open a bank account, you are going to have challenges. You're not going to be able to do a business while you're abroad. So that's why when we came here, yes, things do take time. But if you're coming from a background where you are used to doing things that are regimented, doing things that are regulated, gas industry is highly regulated, and so it should, because it's dangerous.
Right.
So people, Zera needs to make sure that whoever they're giving a license to is compliant. But I've come from a background where I was running a service that's highly regulated, so it wasn't hard for me to put what is required, if that makes sense. Because I think some challenges that we find when people come to Zimbabwe, they want to cut corners.
Right.
I can just set up something, I can just do this and I can cut this. But when you're coming from diaspora, you're coming from countries where you don't cut corners. So I don't feel when I come here I need to cut corners. I feel I just need to do things by the book. So when we were dealing with fire brigade, our local council, EMA, Who else was involved? Zera. We just gave them what they wanted. So we want this certification, we do that. We want this one, we do that. We now want this, we do that. Yes, it can take time. They can take ages to come and, you are ready to go. But they are saying, we need to come and inspect your service first. But eventually, it took us about, how long did it take us? About 6 months, I would say, to set everything up and then to sort of get the registration as well. So I wouldn't think that was difficult.
Which honestly is quite standard. Also, like you're saying, given the industry that you're in and the regulations that are put in place for your safety, for instance, is not that terrible. But coming now to your target market, who are the people that you'd say are the biggest customers for you?
Our biggest customers are, retailers, because if now, because obviously the main source of energy in Zimbabwe is gas. So you've got a lot of small businesses around. Those are our target. But at the same time, because we are a wholesaler and we now are taking our gas directly from South Africa, and we've got road tankers that you saw parked there. Even the bigger customers now, if you don't have a road tanker, they're coming to us. So we're finding that give me a note if I'm right, most of our customers now are even the wholesalers themselves, because they don't have road tankers and they don't have an import license. But we've got an import license to import about 1 million tons of gas a year. And we're taking our gas directly from South Africa. So now anyone now that doesn't have a road tanker and who is a wholesaler, they are coming to us. And then the retailers, which are the small outlets, they're coming to us. So in a month now, we are moving about 48 tons
of gas.
Yeah.
And that's quite a lot.
That's quite a lot.
It's quite a lot. But also, looking at the consumption of energy across the world, we are moving towards sustainable means of livelihood, even solar energy, gas for consumption in the house and the industries and everything. Yeah. How are you predicting the growth in your sector? Taking us as a case study, I know there's exploration happening in the country now where we're saying we want to get our own source of gas so you don't have to import like you are currently. Yeah.
I'm not really sure, but at the moment what I know is where we are, gas is needed in Zimbabwe, especially when it's time for rainy season. And as well, people using gas for the economy is for the environment, because you think about people that need to cut firewood so that they can get heating. So we try and go out and encourage people to say, look, you can safely install a gas stove in your house, rather than destroying the environment by cutting plants, you can use gas. And if we can have gas locally, that would be amazing. Because we have to deal with, if you're having to import something that is needed here, that is a necessity here, it's not easy. Our guys have to go sometimes for days while they're at the border trying to cross over to come here. So if the government can produce gas here, that would be happy. I don't know where we would go as a business, but I'm sure they wouldn't be able to supply it, so they would still rely on us to be the outlets, hopefully.
Hopefully. But coming now to your participation at this homecoming event that we have this month on the 19th, how important is it for you as a business to be present at our expo?
I think for me, like I say, home is home. I was in the diaspora for about 26 years. And coming back home, I feel my presence there, if it can encourage someone to come back. We've got a lot of young people that are not in work. So if we can come back home and create employment for our children, and if some people can look, because coming back, anyone that's been in the diaspora, coming back is a big jump. You don't know what you're coming to. Am I going to survive? People have got so many questions. So I feel privileged to be part of this, because if I can encourage a lot of other people to come back home, then, all the time our president is always asking for investors from abroad. Right. But if we can be the investors, if we can come back and invest in our own country, and if I can encourage somebody then I think I've done my part. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm getting goosebumps just as you're talking, because this is the mantra. And of course, we are the owners of this country, and is the onus is on us to build it. But just in closing, what would you like to say for someone who is skeptical of starting a business in Zimbabwe, if they are a Zimbabwean in the diaspora?
What I would say is, just start. Just start. Like for me, my motto has always been, I'll just start, and if it fails, I'll just get myself up and say, well, I tried. But for people that are abroad, like I say, I'm a taxpayer abroad, and it breaks my heart when I've got so many people that I've put in employment, that are not my people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I've got people here that are not in work, because the majority of the people that are now going to work are same age as my kids. So if you can come here and create employment for 10 people, if your focus is not so much like how much money you're going to make, but how many lives you're going to change, the money follows. It first, people first, and then money second. And don't worry about, medical, what happens if I'm not well? I've been here 3 years, I haven't gone to a hospital yet. You know what I mean? You're going to be unwell anyway you are. You're going to die anyway you are. You're going to have challenges anyway you are. And for people that are like in the UK at the moment, we're not wanted there, but we are wanted here. We can make a difference here. Forget about the political noise. Forget about, social media. Most of the people that are on Facebook telling you, Zimbabwe is rubbish, it's probably somebody that doesn't even own a business. And you're making your decision based on what you've read on social media. Come home, come and see what you can do. Come and see if you can make a difference. Come and leave something. See, if I die today, I've left something.
Right.
I just don't die and people forget about me. But if I die, I've left something here in our little town of Marondera. That's why I kind of came outside Harare, because there are people here that need to be inspired, to be encouraged as well. So.
And those are such profound words, and thank you for the contribution that you're making. We cannot wait to have Gus Universe joining us on the 19th.
Thank you.
And of course, we wish you all the best in your business endeavors.
Thank you.
So that was it, our conversation with Gus Universe, who will be joining us at the homecoming session, a celebration and a business summit happening on the 19th of December, running under the theme, Coming Home to Build. So if you're a Zimbabwean who is in the diaspora, we are encouraging you to come and invest back home. And maybe if you're skeptical, this is your chance to come and gauge how the Zimbabwean economy is doing and get a chance to hear from other local players who already are running their business locally. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, Zim Diaspora, to get more information on this event.